What's going on, everybody? Tom here with Keto Lifestyle, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what I think you need to do or what you need to hear in order to be successful on a ketogenic diet. So to start things off, I wanted to say this to everybody. Do what works for you. I don't care what a Facebook group says or some page on the internet says you can and can't have, because let's be honest, they're all different. If you are losing weight and you are in a state of ketosis, then you are on a ketogenic diet. Screw what everybody else says. Now, that being said, if your doctor prescribed it for you, please do what your doctor said. But beyond that, do what works for you. Now, I'm gonna give some examples here of things that I've been told in the past and basically how I respond to them. So, you guys see me all the time, I use shredded cheese. Now, there is technically potato starch in shredded cheese. It's an anti-clumping agent, but it is so minute that I don't really care. I will get people all the time telling me that it's not keto for me to use this. I basically tell them to go kick rocks because it's working for me, and you don't need to make this any harder than it has to be. I get the same thing when I use low-carb tortillas that are not the ones that I made in this recipe, but you can buy them at the store and there's some oat fiber in there. Is it really gonna knock you out of ketosis? No, not really. Same thing goes for traditional mayonnaise. There's soybean oil in there. Everybody has a fit about it. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat the small stuff, guys. If you are losing weight and you are in ketosis, then you are on a ketogenic diet. Now, if you're doing this for other reasons, then follow that. But just for strict weight loss, don't complicate things. Everybody out there is gonna tell you that you have to restrict this, restrict that, everything. This is already gonna be fairly restrictive to you at first. Allow yourself to have the things that are kind of keto-ish because it's not gonna hurt you in the long run and it's gonna make this more sustainable until you get used to it. Once you get used to everything, go ahead and start pulling those things out that you really don't wanna have in your diet anymore for whatever reason. Moving on to the next thing. Everybody is gonna try to sell you something. And I'm guilty of it as well, although the products that I promote, I believe actually are truly good products like meal replacements, things like that. But go on Instagram, look in the Keto Hashtag. There's people trying to pump keto coffee that has terrible macros and is way overpriced. There's people trying to sell you exogenous ketones and telling you that it'll knock you into ketosis in 30 minutes, even if you have a bunch of carbs. And while that may be true because you will register on ketone tests, your body's not actually processing the ketones, you're just peeing them out. Now, where I will say that stuff can be an advantage is like as a pre-workout because it can give you a boost of energy. But regardless, you don't need it. You know, I was talking to Olivia the other day and one of her friends had just started keto and somebody messaged them telling them that they would not be able to lose weight unless they bought their coffee. Guys, it's a load of crap. You don't need any of these products. You know what you need? Your body. If you are eating the proper food and following the proper diet, your body is going to make all the ketones you need. And guess what? Ketones are a byproduct of producing or of processing fat into ketones. So why are we taking these things if we're trying to burn fat off of our body? Our body should be taking the fat, making ketones out of it, and we're using those for energy. That's how this whole process works. So if you like those things as a pre-workout, go for it, but do not let anybody tell you that you absolutely need it to be successful. Now, another thing I want to talk to you guys about is sacrifice. No diet is possible without sacrifice. There is no magic pill, guys, and you're gonna have to give up things. Now, whether that be a slice of cake at someone's birthday or, not going out to dinner with your friends because they're going to some nacho bar and there's absolutely nothing you can eat there, whatever it is, you have to be willing to make that sacrifice. Now, there are times and places where that is totally okay. If once a month you decide to go out and have those things, you're gonna be fine. This goes back to me talking about doing what works for you. But what I'm trying to say here is don't think that you can do this without giving anything up. You're gonna have to put in time at the gym if you wanna look great. Now, you don't need to go to the gym to lose weight, but if you wanna have that really ripped, shredded physique like I'm after, I have to put in time at the gym. That takes 6, 7, 8 hours a week out of my time. And you know what? That's okay. I see my friends a little bit later, I get to the party after it's already going for a little bit. That's okay by me. But you have to understand that you are gonna have to make that decision between going out with your friends or, watching a movie and your diet and your exercise routines. Whatever it is, you have to make sure that it's worth it for you. And without the dedication, you're not gonna be willing to make those sacrifices. So in order to do this, you have to be determined to do it and you have to be willing to give up those things. Now, the last piece of advice that I wanna give you is kind of more on the lines of keeping keto affordable, and I'll do a full video on this, but the big tip I wanna give here is go out and get a membership to one of those big box stores or restaurant supply stores, whatever you guys have in your part of the world. Out here, we've got Costco and Sam's Club. I personally go to Sam's Club because it's closer. Now, these stores allow you to buy bulk foods for a fraction of the cost of getting it at your regular grocery stores. For example, I buy 5 pounds of cheddar cheese shredded for about $10 at Sam's Club. When I go down to my local Albertsons or Kroger or whatever it is where you're at, I tend to find about a 6-cup bag of cheese, so a real small one for like $3 to $4. It's just not comparable. So things like my eggs, my heavy cream, my cheeses, I will definitely go to Sam's Club for. Same thing with meats. If I need ground beef, I'll get it there. But the other thing I want you to watch out for with meats, and this is kind of like a bonus tip here, is look for sales. Usually around big barbecue weather here in America, these places have a ton of sales. You can sometimes find baby back ribs for buy 1 rack, get 3 free. So I'll come home with 8 racks of ribs. When steaks are on sale, they had ribeyes on sale not long ago. I came home with, I think, 5 pounds of ribeyes. And yes, the initial investment is expensive. It's more than you want to spend on groceries that week. But I have a deep freeze out there, and it is loaded with meat right now. And I'm not gonna have to buy meat again until probably the next big sale in mid-September. So I tend to save money by spending it up front and then eating what I have. With that, guys, I hope you kind of understand a little bit better what you're gonna need to succeed on keto. I'm sorry if this sounded ranty in some of these parts, because some of the things, really bother me, and with passion comes a little bit of rantiness on my end. So I do apologize about that. But I'm gonna go ahead and close the video here. If you like the video, leave it a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below in the comment sections. And if you have not subscribed yet, go and hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a ton, and I get to make more awesome videos like this for you guys. So with that, I will see you in the next one.